I also get asked, do I not get fed up of fish and chip shops? Are you kidding? You've got to be kidding. Right, we're at FINNEY'S at Benllech, or Benllech. When I was at the awards ceremony in London this year, after getting an invite, which was fantastic, and, you know, it was sort of showed that we were on the right track in supporting our traditional fish and chip shops. Well, they were there, FINNEY'S were there. They'd won the National Fish and Chip Awards, that's the National Federation of Fish Fryers Awards, that's the biggest in the country. And there was over 600 people there at the award ceremony. It was fantastic. They won the Environment and Sustainability section. They also made it to the top 10 of the Fish and Chip Takeaway of the Year awards. Now that's a heck of a big deal for a fish and chip shop. It really is. We've picked 3 fish and chip shops here that up to now, to get it on the plate, were absolutely fabulous. So let's get on with this. Great packaging, as you'd expect. Okay. Let's get these sauces out of here. My wife, my niece, and my grandson are up at the top. Now you can just see up here behind me, you can see FINNEY'S. You may be able to make out some writing if you zoom in, but that's their chippy up there. There's actually another chippy attached to this building here, which we thought was going to be an arcade, or was an arcade at some point, but is no longer an arcade, which is a shame, because they were really looking forward to it. We've got a pea fritter in there, okay? And we've got the regular fish and chips, their in-house tartar sauce, and a load of sweets. Oh, my grandson will like that. But all these, it's rock. It's their own FINNEY'S rock fish and chip shop. Look at that. I'm going to keep them. Well, if I can fight the grandson and niece off them. So let's have a little look, see what we've got here. Okay, the chips look great. Fish looks got a healthy coating of batter on it. We've got the mushy peas in here. Okay, they're a nice colour. Packaging, I love it. With their name on there, their website, the Federation of Fish Fryers are on there. And it's black, it's lovely. It's just so different. So this is a regular. I was hoping for a large haddock today, but they'd sold out, or they didn't have any in. So let's have a little look at that. Now, considering there's no salt and vinegar on that, which I'm going to put on now, that is absolutely delicious on first bite. And a little bit more salt to stick to that now that the other salt has gone underneath. Everyone has their own way of doing it. Let's break open another little bit of this. Let's get a fork underneath here. It's as fresh as it comes, that's for sure. Yeah, that is really nice. Go with these chips. Try and get some that I haven't soaked in vinegar. Spot on. I love it when you can taste the potato. You can almost taste which field it was from. No, you know that bit of an exaggeration. But you know when you can taste a potato and it's not just a substance, it's something that's been fried and it's a bit crispy on the ends. You can actually taste potato. Done underneath here a little bit more. See what I've missed. You know what? They're almost buttery when you bite into them. Get that little break as you break through the crispiness. Let's go with their in-house tartar sauce. That's nice. See, that's what it's all about. I also get asked, do we not get fed up of fish and chip shops? Are you kidding? You've got to be kidding. This is my food of choice. Twice a week, if we can. Don't eat anything else that day. And we usually share a lot of this stuff. In between that, we only eat once a day. Called sort of kind of a fasting thing. So I'm a big fella, yeah, I've always been big. Big in the building industry, lobbing stuff about all over the place. Odd carrier from leaving school. And I'm pretty strong now. You can believe it. Another thing people have asked me is, why so serious sometimes? Well, I try not to be overly serious. This is a serious matter, though. It is a serious matter that we're losing our fish and chip shops. And that's why I set this thing up in the first place, to help them. If you like or support your fish and chip shops, apart from going out and eating at a fish and chip shop, support the channel, support the mission that I'm on. Show your support like that. Subscribe to the channel or visit the website or go to the Facebook group and join that, whatever. What you see with me is basically what you get, what anybody gets. Like it or lump it. Oh, that's delicious. That is really nice. Look at that. I don't normally go for too many bits. Bits of things in my curry. But, that is really tasty. Let's go with a bit of fish. Let's go with a gravy. Oh, that's nice and thick and smooth. It's meaty without being overly meaty. Sometimes it's like eating an Octo cube or a spoonful of gravy granules. Lovely, lovely, smooth, delicate flavour. That will go with anything, absolutely anything. Let's go with these mushy peas. And that's a colour I like. No food colouring. Oh, what can I say? I'm going to scoop a little bit of fish on here. I like that a lot. We've got a couple of other bits going on here. We've got their onion rings. But they're not frozen, are they? Not a massive portion, but enough. They're lovely then. The onions caramelized to a sweetness. And the batter complements it because it's super crunchy. If there's a pea fritter going, I'll have that. I normally wouldn't get the mushy peas if I've got a pea fritter. Again, we've got all the flavour of them, well, subtle flavour as it is, of them mushy peas. Lovely colour, and that batter is super crispy. But it's back to the computer, where we're going to look at a few reviews. I'm going to sort of low one, somewhere in the middle, a high one, and mine. See you there.
1 star. Having been told when in Anglesey it's a must-to-have fish and chips here, tried them and they were a huge disappointment. The cod, although had nice white flakes, was tasteless. The batter was overdone and the chips had very unpleasant taste. Will not recommend nor return. 3 star. This used to be the ultimate chippy. I went today and it was enjoyable as the fish was amazing, but the chips were a bit soggy. It came to £32 for 2 fish and chips, not large, small mushy peas, a sausage and a homemade cheesecake. Oh, the cheesecake. I never spotted that. Which wouldn't have been a problem if it matched my previous experiences. Last time we visited, the cheesecake was amazing, but unfortunately, they're much shallower now and not as creamy. They used to be smaller, but much deeper, with thicker consistency. It was enjoyable, but lacked the quality I've had previously. 5 stars for the fish, but everything else was lacking. Honest review, as I loved this place. 5 star. Tried FINNEY'S while staying in Benllech, or Benllech, or I don't know, to be honest with you. And it was fantastic, and cooked in healthy sunflower oil. Chips made from British potatoes, cut to absorb less oil, and the fish is responsibly sourced. Loved the little touch of sweets in the bag. Highly recommended. Mine, 5 stars. Just like FINNEY'S other chip shop on Anglesey, Port Chippy in Amlech, FINNEY'S in Benllech uses their unique gluten-free batter at all times. Both shops are accredited by Celiac UK, with FINNEY'S Benllech offering a slightly wider range of gluten-free options, while the Benllech shop fries in high Oleic sunflower oil. Port Chippy exclusively fries in beef dripping. FINNEY'S in Benllech is situated near a crossroads, directly opposite a large pay and display car park, which is convenient, especially as Benllech is a popular tourist spot due to its beautiful beach and village, as well as its location on Anglesey. Out front there are several tables and benches, ideal for sheltering from the rain. Inside, the shop is spacious and spotlessly clean, with a team of polite and friendly staff. The packaging was stylish and environmentally friendly, as you'd expect from a chip shop recognised for its first place National Federation of Fish Fryers Environment and Sustainability Award. I went for the regular cod box, which came with a tub of mushy peas. The peas were thick and subtly flavoured. The cod was fresh, flaky and tasty, served in a chunky, crispy batter. The chips were just right, crispy on the outside with a buttery tender centre, full of flavour. Curry sauce was chunky, slightly sweet and gently spiced, not overpowering, but it was the gravy that stole the show for me, smooth and just the right beefiness. I always go for the pea fritter if they're available, and these didn't disappoint. Mushy peas wrapped in a light, delicious, crispy batter. The battered onion rings were also very good. I'd have liked either a few more or slightly larger rings, but they were still delightful. Cooking in high Oleic sunflower oil, payment cash or card, hygiene rating 5, fish reviewed, cod. The amount of times I've had to stop to cough or wipe my brow or sneeze, dozens and dozens of times throughout that. It's going to be a nightmare putting all this together. See you on the next one.